I can't believe nobody suggested this method of getting some blueprints for free. And you could get Quicksilver or other stuff for doing that too. One of my earliest successful videos is a comprehensive list of how to obtain building parts on your screen. But there's another way that can give you some building parts for free, quite fast. And if you're really a new player, I have a recommendation towards the end of this video that will save you a lot of time and effort and wouldn't detract anything from the experience. Good guys, free here? Let me show you what I mean. Of course, it's clear that when you do a Nexus mission for Quicksilver, you could finish the mission and receive Quicksilver. It's kind of the basic premise of the mission, no? But what happens if you're being asked to construct an outpost or an underwater outpost? And let's say that you're a new player or that this is a new save file you recently started. Are you going to hesitate? Will you have the relevant parts? Some of them, yeah, for sure, but not all. For example, in this save file, you can see I don't have the various underwater parts. Specifically the square underwater chamber, the watertight door, the vertical tunnel, and viewing sphere. Remember those. Hey, what about other blueprints? Stick around, I'll mention that towards the end. Before you start the mission, remember that building an outpost requires some resources. If you're going to run this mission just for the parts, consider switching yourself to creative mode, or maybe only set crafting to be free. If you don't, and it's a new save, you might find yourself running around for resources because once you start the mission, you cannot change difficulty settings. Alright, let's start the mission and see what happens. There's no indication that something has changed while we fly to the planet in question. All you need to do is start the mission and reach the point where you are asked to build something that you didn't have in your catalog. The game will add it to your build part catalog. You can see all the new yellow circles with exclamation marks. These are new blueprints the game added just now. But wait, what if you don't care about those parts? What about other parts? And what about other blueprints? I said towards the end, didn't I? So in a minute? Well, there are actually at least 2 more types of construct and outpost missions, which I will explain in a few moments. Okay, at this point you have several options. The fastest thing to do is stop everything, go back to the Nexus and abandon the mission. The blueprints will stay, don't worry. This could have been the end of this video, but what are the other options? And what about the other types of outpost? Well, the other 2 options include actually building the outpost. Once you have placed the last part the mission required, you get this message. Now go to the base computer and upload the mission data. You will receive this message telling you to go back to the anomaly to claim your reward at the Nexus. At this point you need to decide, keep the base or remove it. If you choose to keep, kudos to you, underwater bases can be a lot of fun. If you decide to remove the base, you can either delete all the parts one by one and then delete the base computer, or you can simply delete the base computer, in which case most of the materials will be available for you to reclaim at a base salvage capsule minus some commission. What about the other types of outpost? Well, there are 2 types of Construct an Outpost Nexus mission and 1 type for Construct an Underwater Outpost. We already talked about the underwater type. The 2 regular types include a prefab parts mission using a prefab room, corridors, cuboids, etc. and a regular part 1 including walls, ramps, doors, roof parts, lighting, and so on. Currently, the only other type of mission that could give you a blueprint that I could think of is Survey a Planet. If you don't already have the Analysis Visor blueprint, you will receive it. This one actually shows you getting it when you need it. If you know of any other such mission, leave a comment. But if you're really a new player and there is an expedition going on, I highly recommend you start in an expedition because those will give you a head start on blueprints. Each expedition is different, but they all give a nice set of blueprints. But not only blueprints, because expeditions seem to increase the chances of spawning higher stats, ships, freighters, just about everything. So make sure you stay in the expedition as long as you can without claiming the last rewards, which will finish the expedition. Just keep reaping the benefits of higher stats as long as you can. And if you're under 2 weeks in the game, you might want to consider starting over in an expedition. Okay, so if you need to get your parts quickly, the Nexus missions are another way to get at least some of the parts much more quickly. Of course, you can always just grind salvage data and get the blueprints directly at the anomaly. If you want to learn how to do other Nexus missions and get more Quicksilver, my Nexus missions playlist is on your screen. And even though it isn't complete, it will grow in time. If you found this useful, please hit like and consider subscribing. Good guys free here, and I'll see you again soon.